today we are doing lesson 4.4a, which is finding slope. Another word for slope is this phrase right here, which says rate of change. Slope is really the angle of the line, how steep our hill is. Oops, S-T-E-E-P. How steep a hill is. So, for example, if we look at our slope man right here, we have the 4 different types of slope. If we were to walk straight across, so here's our little slope man, if we were to walk straight across that blue line, we would not be going up or down. It's like flat ground right there. If we walk across, that would be a slope of, just like it says, 0. If we were to walk from left to right going up, we call that a positive slope. And if we were to walk from left to right going down, that would be a negative slope. So there's 3 of the 4. The last one is the letter U that we have right here, which stands for undefined, meaning if I tried to walk this line, it'd be falling straight down. It's not possible, so we call that undefined. There is no name for that slope. It is undefined. There's no angle to it. So we need to identify whether our slopes here are positive, negative, 0, meaning there's no slope left to right, or undefined, meaning our slope is straight up and down. So we always go left to right just like we read a book, not from top to bottom, always across our graph. So if we take our slope man and walk across this graph, we are going uphill, so that would be considered a positive slope. This next one, the line that we're actually looking at is this line right here. This is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So we're looking at this line, which if we were to walk across it, wouldn't work, we'd fall straight to the ground. So this slope is undefined. Next, our slope here we have, if we walk straight across, it's like walking on flat ground. You're not going up or down, you're walking a slope of 0. And then last, our slope from left to right, like you read a book across the page, we're going downhill, so our slope is negative. Those are the only 4 types of slope that we have. These are just words to tell us positive, negative, 0, and undefined. However, we can also count slope. It says, now actually find the slope. We can give the slope a number or a fraction to represent the angle. It says, find the slope of the line that passes through the points. The letter M we use to represent slope. Don't ask me why we don't use an S for slope. We always use M. And we're counting how far are we rising from one point to the next, and then running left to right. I like to think of this as going into like a hotel. You have to take the elevator up and down before you can go to the room that you want, walking down left and right from door to door. So we always count rise over run. It doesn't really matter which point you start at. I like to start always on the left. So here, if I go from this point to this point, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 points. Now, it's not how many lines there are, it's how many spaces we went. 1, 2, 3. So our slope here, our rise, we went really down, so it's a negative. And then our run, we went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's like taking our elevator down 3 floors and then walking over to where we need to go. This is our slope. We leave it as a fraction, negative 3 over 5. Next, again, I like to start on the left. If you want to start on the right, that's fine. If I go back to this one, you could do rise 1, 2, 3. But walking to the left would be negative, because going to the left on a number line would be negative. That's why I don't like to do that, because it's easier to think of negative numbers as up and down instead of left to right. But you still would get the same answer. So if we look at this next one, again, I always start on the left, like you read a book from left to right. Rise over run. So first we're going down 1, 2, 3, 4. So we went -4, down 4, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our slope is -4 over 5. All right, let's take a look at this next one. From left to right, from here to here, we have to go up 2 floors. So our slope, our m, is rise 2 and run 1, 2, 3. Positive 2 over 3. And that makes sense because our slope man, if we were to walk from left to right, we would be going uphill. So it makes sense that it's a positive. This one, our slope man would be walking downhill. So it's a negative. That makes sense. This next one, rise over run, we're not rising anywhere to get from this point to this point. So our slope, we went up and down 0, and then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 0 divided by 5, that's really okay if you look at our poster. So our slope is just 0. We'd be walking straight across from left to right. All right, let's flip over to the back side. Same thing now, but we have to plot the points first. So remember when we plot points, always x and then y. Our x-axis is left to right and y is up and down. The letter y is longer. It's the tall one, up and down. So this point here, we have -6, -6, counting from the middle. X, first we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the left, and then -6 is down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right there. If you need to number the lines so you know that negatives are down and to the left, you can. And then positives are up, oopsies, and to the right. All right, remember you're numbering the lines there. And then our second point, we're at -2, -2. So x is -2 first to the left, and then -2 again is down 2. We went to the left and then down. Remember, x is left to right, y is up and down. So now we can draw a line through those 2 points. And then we're going to count our slope. Rise over run. So we're rising 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to run 1, 2, 3, 4. We can simplify 4 divided by 4 is really just 1, or as a fraction, 1 over 1. All right, let's continue on, plotting our points, x, y, labeling our axes. So first, x is -4. X goes left to right, so -4 is to the left. And then 0 means we're not going up and down any, so we're right there on the line, on the x-axis. Our second point, x is 6, so going left to right first. X is 6 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then -5 is down 5. So we went 6 to the right and then down 5. So I'm going to draw a line through those 2 points. Do your best there. Mine is a little crooked, a little off. I get to cheat and use a line maker. And then we're going to count our slope. Rise over run. Again, I always like to start on the left. If you want to start over here and rise first, just know going to the left would be negative. Here I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3, 4, and one more is 5. And then over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. -5 over 10, which we can actually simplify. We simplify our fractions by dividing, they both have the number 5 in common. 5 divided by 5 is 1, and it's negative. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So simplified, we have -1/2. And it makes sense because if we were to walk across this, we'd be going downhill. 2 more. I would like you to plot these points and then try it, play the video to see if you get them right. Be careful though, our graphs here go by 2s. We have 2, 4, 6, 8. So I'm going to label mine first. -4, -4. All right, and then I'm going to plot them. X, Y, X, Y. So X is 0. We didn't go left and right. We just went down 2 for this first point. Plotted that one. And then this one, we're at 9 and then -5. So X is 9 to the right on our X-axis. It's already labeled. So 9 is right in the middle here. And then down 5, 2, 4, 5 would be right in the middle there as well, because -5 would be between -4 and -6. So if we draw a line through there, ooh, that was terrible. There, we'll fix it a little bit. Come on. All right, we're going to count our slope. Rise over run from here. Each line is really 2, so this is -2, and then between would be one more, which is really down 3. If you wanted to kind of do hash marks here so you can see it's really down 1, 2, 3, you can. And then counting by 2's to the right, 2, 4, 6, 8, and one more is 9. So our slope is -3/9. However, we can simplify that. We can divide them both by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1, and it's negative. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So our slope is -1/3. Last one. First point, X, Y, X is -3, so -3 is between 2 and 4. And then up 3 again is between 2 and 4. So right there, it's actually in the middle. And then on this side, X and Y, X is 7, which is between 6 and 8. And then -1 is down 1, which is right there, actually on top of that number 7. I'm going to draw a line. Whoa, that was not the right kind of line. But that's okay. That was really off as well. I need to work on my line making skills. Come on. There we go. Now we're going to count our slope from here to here. Rise over run. If you want to count every line, you can. 1, 2, 3, and one more would be 4, counting every half. Otherwise, every 2 lines would be, or every 1 line is 2 numbers. So we really went down 4. We went down to the line in the middle, to the line in the middle. That's down 4. And then over, I'm going to count by 2's. 2, 4, 6, 8, and then in the middle, one more would be 9. Neither of those have something in common, so our slope is -4/9. If you have questions, please let me know.